Hey guys, it's another Haven Call of the King episode by the Snarky Entertainment System. To start this episode off, I want to give a shout out to the YouTube user Tectonas. Now you guys may remember that I mentioned him in my video where I was announcing that I was going to be doing a Let's Play of this game. And in that video I said that he had also started a Let's Play of this game. Now, at the time that I played through this game, recording it to make a Let's Play of it, nobody had done it yet. In fact, that's why I chose to do this game, because nobody had done it yet, and when you're on YouTube, generally you want to find things that people haven't done before because, you know, they kind of make you stand out. And that should theoretically get you more views and more subscribers. So I was a little disappointed when I found out that Tectonas was also doing a Let's Play of this game. I wasn't really mad at him or anything because, I mean, for one thing, it's just a video game, and also, I mean, good for him for, you know, beating me to it. I mean, good for him. But, after I made that video, he actually sent me a message, and it pretty much just said, hey man, if you want to be the first name that comes up when people search for Haven Call of the King Let's Play, that's totally fine. He said he would take the Call of the King subtitle off of his videos, so that when people were searching Haven Call of the King, my videos would be the first one to show up. So even though I wouldn't technically be the first one to be doing this, I would be the first one to be seen by people who are searching for the game. So, I mean, at first I didn't know how to respond because I didn't even know that he noticed my video. I didn't even imagine that he would notice or that he would even care. But the fact that he did, and the fact that he was so nice about it, that was just surprising. And, I mean, that's just so cool of him. I mean, he doesn't know me, we've never met, we never even talked before he sent me that message. So I thought it was incredibly selfless of him to potentially give up views, maybe subscribers, just for the sake of somebody who's never met. I mean, who's just a name on the internet and a voice on some videos. So yeah, I mean, it got me thinking, maybe in the future there's gonna be some video game that I find has never been done before, and I decide to do a Let's Play of it, and then I find some kid who is also trying to start a Let's Play. Maybe I should pay it forward at some time. Maybe I'll stop being such a selfish bastard, and I'll let that guy have a chance. So, once again, I really want to say thank you, Tectonas. Maybe it's not a big deal to you, but it's cool that you would do that for me. Moreover, I should probably start talking about this video game because I generally don't say much about the video games I actually play, so commentary! Anyway, I remember at this point in the game, I was still intently focused on picking up these little orb things. I think that's what Haven calls the katana. It took me longer than I had hoped to realize that they're not really that important. I spent so much time trying to collect them, and ultimately they really didn't help that much. Like a lot of things in this game, they're optional, and I mean, if you get them, that's cool, but you might wish that you hadn't. It seems like a lot of effort to go through for something that really doesn't seem to help you out all that much. But I don't know. I didn't get everything, so maybe it does unlock some super awesome giant gun or something. But again, the katana, not so much worth it. See, when he first mentioned katana, I was like, hey, sweet, maybe I'm actually gonna wield like a giant freaking samurai sword. That wasn't the case. Of all the things that you're able to use in this game, a samurai sword is not one of them. It's a damn shame. This is kind of an obnoxious part of the game. it's a quick time event, and if you mess up, you have to restart the quick time event. There are a few of these throughout the game, and each time it is pretty annoying. But of course, this is just the flavor of video games. That some of them have quick time events. We wish they didn't, but they do. Does anybody remember in the first Uncharted game? I mean, I'm sure everybody does. But do you guys remember there was that one quick time event? It was like towards the beginning of the game, if I remember correctly. You're standing on this, I don't know what to call it. You're standing on top of this ruin, and then it like starts to crumble underneath you. So you have to press some buttons. You have to do a quick time event, and if you don't, then you like fall to your death. Maybe you don't even fall to your death. I don't even remember. Maybe nothing happens. Oh, that's death. Sorry about that. Should have edited that out. Didn't even notice it until now. Just listen to the sweet sound of my voice and ignore what just happened. I don't even remember what I was... Oh, right. There's a quick time event in the first Uncharted. It just struck me as so pointless. Because I think the only other quick time event in that game comes at the end. And maybe not even then. I haven't played the first Uncharted in a long time. So maybe I'm not the expert on that matter. Anyway, what you may be noticing about this game so far, and if you haven't noticed it yet, then you most certainly will at a certain point, is that it really plays out like one giant action sequence. And that concept, even though it isn't utilized to the best of its ability in this video game, I still find that concept really cool, of just a video game that is one long action sequence. And, I mean, even like a movie. I know there are a lot of people who think that movies, video games, they should, you know, have serious parts, you know, they should take themselves more seriously, they need to be like Heavy Rain and have so much plot-oriented stuff. But I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. I think as long as you're able to do cool stuff with the concepts that you already have, I mean, making a video game one really long action sequence, if you can make it work, then you can make it work. That's all there is to it. I should have commented on this in the last video, but you have a shield, a little energy shield that you can bring up. It's like it looks like a little web, like a spider web or something. Like, maybe Haven is Spider-Man. You know, I think that's what it is. Haven is Spider-Man. He just hasn't finished the Spider-Man mask yet, so that's why that's not actually his hair, it's just part of the unfinished Spider-Man mask, and that's what looks so freaky. Anyway, whenever you pull up the shield, you can get this little Junebug kind of thing to follow you. And the little Junebug thing is useful for destroying pots that are on fire. I don't know what is keeping those pots, you know, engulfed in flames for so long, but it must be pretty intense. Now, what I just picked up was a feather. And, feathers are kind of useful. They're not really that useful. I mean, you bring them to these well, yeah, okay. Some of the feathers are useful. You bring them to the little bird places. In fact, why'd I say the bird feathers aren't useful? Some of them times you need them to finish the game. Bird feathers, you collect them, you bring them to the little place where the bird shows up, and he's like, hey dog, I'm gonna take it from here. And then he does some cool bird stuff. And, that's that. That's called death right there, and that should not have happened, but it did. Anyway. Birds will do things for you. I think it's the blue feathers that are actually the, like, heavily plot-oriented one, but it could be the red feathers. Again, I haven't played this in balls long. That's not a phrase, but I just said it. I guess we'll find out soon enough if it is the red or blue feathers that are more important.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to remember if there are any other collectibles in this game that I'm neglecting to mention, because there's a whole lot of them. Sorry it's so dark here. There's actually a flashlight pickup that you can collect that I neglected to do for a moment. I do like Haven's sliding animation. It's just so, I don't know, it's charming in a way. Like, he's sliding. I mean, it's good for like one chuckle maybe two. This gun's kind of cool because it's bouncy. It bounces off of stuff. It doesn't really accomplish much because you really have to be able to aim your shots. And I mean, shooting something against the wall, it generally won't find its target, but it's cool that it's there. 9 times out of 10 you're gonna end up using your yo-yo, your radioactive yo-yo though. Seriously, this yo-yo must have like fucking spikes on it or something. This is the most ambidextrous yo-yo. You know, Haven really is the original punk. He's just breaking down, you know, breaking down public services wherever he goes. Just saying to himself, hey, I'm going to be destructive. He's an anarchist. Yeah, that's what he is. I mean, within the context of the story, yes, he actually is an anarchist. That's the whole point of the game, really. It's funny how many anarchists we're supposed to sympathize with in fiction and movies and video games and stuff, and yet it's looked down upon by society. At least in general society. If you talk to somebody and they're like, I'm an anarchist, then generally you think like, holy fuck, this guy's gonna kill me. Maybe they're not so bad. Maybe we just misunderstand the anarchists. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this one up because it just keeps on going and going and going till pretty much about the end of the game. So I'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye.